Hard to believe, hard to get used to writing 2013 on everything we've got these days. The new year has turned, and it is time to talk men's tennis with the head coach, Rex Akarma. I'm Sean Moth. Great to have you along as always. And of course, the Cards compete over the course of the fall. The actual sanctioned Division I competition doesn't happen until the spring, but quickly, just catch us up on the fall. Did you get out of the fall what you wanted to because you had a young team last year, got a Big East title? What does that team want to do to connect the dots from the end of last spring to this year?
I think this team wants to, move up the rankings. They want to do a little bit more than the year before, and I think they can. I mean, really happy with Sebastian and Chris Simic singles-wise after the fall, and Albert Wagner, Alex Gornet doubles-wise. So I think those four guys are going to have a very good spring season.
I would imagine it helps too for some of the younger players to get used to college and not necessarily have to worry about getting into that competition right away. I always feel for the fall sports. Those kids get on campus before school even starts, and they're even playing games before they're even in class, and that can be a tough adjustment.
Absolutely, Sean. I think fall is perfect. You get to really acclimate the new players, develop the new players, and I think this freshman class could be very, very good. We're already starting to see it now. Yeah.
You didn't waste any time. I mean, the calendar turned. You guys ran down to Florida and got into a solid competition. You guys had a great result as well.
Right after leaving the Sugar Bowl at 6 in the morning on January 3rd, I was on a practice court with them at 11 a.m. and
wow.
We played the next day. So, I think with our Florida trip, we want to get a lot of matches. We want to get the guys mentally and physically ready for the season, and that's what happened. We played 37 matches.
Wow.
We won 28 individual matches, lost 9. So, we came there to, again, be mentally prepared and win matches. We did both.
As you get into the dual season, you face at home Bassett Tennis Center, Nebraska. And, that's a program that plays in a Big Ten conference. It's got some pretty good tennis, and it's a great early test for you guys, and you passed with flying colors.
I know. Nebraska's a very good team, very well coached, good conference. I mean, that is a tough home opener. That's why I think FAU was so valuable. But I think the team did really, really well. I'm so proud of them, Sean. I mean, being without their number 1 player and team captain, Sebastian, for this, half the starters played in their first spring dual match, and to leave with a 6-1 victory, I was ecstatic.
Throw me a name or two that maybe got a game ball, if you will, for the performance against Nebraska.
Well, our 2 most valuable players were Albert Wagner and Alex Gornet. Albert took care of that number 1 position in singles and doubles. Alex Gornet looked like a veteran. Even though he was playing his first dual match, he looked like a veteran out there. Those 2 guys really impressed us.
There's no place like home. You guys don't waste any time continuing. I mean, you put the nose to the grindstone, so to speak. You guys have 2 matches on Friday. You have Morehead State and Murray State, so you've got some in-state interest and some coaches that you're very familiar with. And then that turns to a road trip on Sunday to Chicago, which I hear is beautiful this time of year. And we're not going to be able to meet next week, so that moves into the ITA. So kind of give us the path of what you want to accomplish in these next week or so of competition.
Well, I mean, on Friday we want to play some guys that may or may not be in the top 6 to see what level they're playing at against Murray and Morehead. So we're going to play some of our depth there, and again, we're going to play most of our stars. We don't want to disrespect those teams. Those are 2 of the top 5 teams in their conference. Then that test in Northwestern is going to be tough. They made it to the NCAA tournament, Sean, at large. They got most of their starters back. They're very tough to play at home. So hopefully we'll have Sebastian back that tournament because we're going to need him. Then the kickoff, which is really the first and second round of the national team indoor, that's always the highlight of the winter season because there's so much riding on it. You win those 2 matches, you make it to the top, at the final 16. That means your ranking's going to go way up. So it really goes right. I feel like maybe a basketball coach that starts their basketball season in January right into the Big East Conference schedule, and that's what I feel like.
Yeah, the ITA will be down in Oxford, Mississippi. The host team is Ole Miss, and they've certainly got their tradition intact, and I believe Columbia will join them there. And then NC State will be the Cards' first-round opponent. And, you know, that Sweet 16, so to speak, is not foreign territory to you. You've made that trip, so you as a coach and know what that means to a program, and that's got to be a great way to motivate these kids for that carrot in front of them.
Absolutely. I mean, Sean, this kickoff is really a tougher tournament than the NCAA tournament itself, because it's all at-large picks, no automatic qualifiers. But also, when you get to that Sweet 16 indoors, it definitely is the who's who in our sport, and it's great for recruiting. It's great to be there. You play the best teams, best players, so it definitely is a motivator for our team.
Not to mention, it's not a lose and go home. You get an opportunity to play matches no matter what. So
Right.
Great test for the teams, and we'll wish you the best of luck as you guys head through it. I appreciate you skipping out on next week with me, but I look forward to talking to you in a couple of weeks.
Sean, hopefully we'll have some good news for you.
I'm sure you will. For Coach Rex at Karma, I'm Sean Moth. Look forward to sharing that great news with you again when we talk right here on Cards.